ride for free, they eat for free, they get the rock star out, and this motherfucking $125 fake leather Gene Simmons heel is going down.
Hi, this is Gene Simmons from Kids.
This motherfucker needs some chili. It's thirsty. Look at it. Look at this son of a bitch. It's goddamn thirsty.
Ladies and gentlemen out there in the internet land or wherever in the world you might be listening, watching to this interview, I have Bobby Tongs.
Where the fuck is fucking Bobby? Bobby! I'm Bobby.
We gotta talk about Volume 2 of the Dimevision, Roll With It or Get Rolled Over, man. I mean, obviously, Dimevision 1 was a huge success, everybody loved it, but this one is just taking it to another whole ballpark. It's awesome. And let me ask you, how long were you sitting on this footage, you know, because I know, obviously when the first one came out, I'm sure there was like, all right, we gotta take, you know, another chapter, or release another chapter at some point, but how long, you know, because obviously it's not easy to get these things out nowadays.
10 years, I guess, wow. And then things got slowed down here the last year, at the end of 2015, and slowed down in 2016 for us, so we were able to get together and, you know, put this thing together, finally. We're not going to wait that long again. For the next one, we just hope that fans will support this one, and we'll be able to get another Dimevision out and a PANTERA out.
So there's a lot more footage out there?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I had 43 hours accumulated for just this Dimevision. And as you can see, we used, 72 minutes or so of it. So we got quite a bit left over.
And how did that process work? Did you and Darrell, before, let's say, you were hitting Russia, where you guys were like, all right, this is what we're going to do, this is the agenda, this is, like, you know, like a production meeting? Or it was more like kind of like off the cuff, okay, yo, Bobby, get the camera, you know? Was it more like that?
Yeah, more like that. I mean, we would definitely get in production meetings about burning Big Val or something. Or popping somebody, or, you know, what have you, lighting someone on fire or a firework. We would definitely get together beforehand and make sure the camera was rolling. Otherwise, you know, it was just, you know, film this, film that, you know. We tried to film everything.
And obviously back then the technology was not as, you know, now it's super accessible. Everybody has a phone, everybody can film something. So tell us about kind of like that, you know, how the technology you were using back then. No, obviously for all the video nerds out there that are kind of interested in how you guys were doing things back then, like myself.
A lot of VHS, a lot of 8mm, a lot of mini DV. People don't even know what those are anymore. So, but you know what? It turned out good to have it come out this late, because I mean, I think it's a breath of fresh air for people, instead of looking at phone footage or digital footage or, you know, 4K, whatever. I mean, I get sick and tired of looking at everything in 4K myself. Maybe it's because I was brought up with the older school footage and media, you know.
How many cameras did you guys go through, like, say, like, per, like, a PANTERA cycle of filming?
For one tour, we probably went through at least 3 or 4 per tour. I mean, that's at the very least, but, you know, we buy cameras whenever and however many we needed. I mean, we probably went through about, over how many years? Well, I'd say 100 cameras easy. Over the years, you know. Easy.
And was it because somebody would get pissed off and break the camera, or was it more like wear and tear?
Wear and tear, for sure. We'd throw the camera at each other while it was rolling, a lot of the times. You know, from across the room. He'd throw me the camera, I'd catch it and keep filming, or I'd throw it to him, you know, if there was something over there he needed to film. So they weren't really, they weren't looked after too well. And they, you know, they got dropped, they got whiskey poured in them, they got, you know, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, people smacked them every once in a while, but nothing too major.
And how did you meet Darrell?
I met him when I moved to Texas from Kansas. I met him when I was going to junior high by his house, actually. He lived down the street where I would walk home, and I'd pass his house every day. And I'd hear him in there jamming, so I'd just stand outside and listen for a while. And, you know, over that school year, they had the garage door open, one time I just sat there and listened with him, and he said come back anytime, and I started coming by and knocking on the door and saying hello, and eventually he gave me a video camera and told me to start filming the local shows, the Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Shreveport, all around here, Austin, San Antonio, all that stuff. And they would go for little gigs, and that's how I started filming, and that's how I met Darrell too, so, and the band. Right place, right time, I guess, but I think it was pretty much meant to be anyway.
So you have footage from when they were just starting out before they became this huge successful band, which I think is pretty cool because then you've been throughout kind of like all the stages of the band.
Yeah. Footage from all the singers they went through before Phil, a little bit of footage from back when Terry was singing. There's footage of all that stuff. I pretty much started filming Pantera, I would say, right when Phil joined the band. I mean, I was around for the other guys singing and stuff, but I didn't capture all that. But Darrell did. He's got that. So we have that footage.
Yeah, I mean, for the fans, I think also it was when I remember when the Vulgar video came out. I was like, okay, I knew about Pantera, I knew the music, but that's when you kind of got welcome into the Pantera world, and you're like, oh man, I want to party with them. That was always kind of like what that transmitted. So much happiness, so much, kind of like aside from the music, obviously being badass. It was like, oh, these guys are having a great time doing it.
Yeah, we did. I mean, they didn't want to put out either of those videos, the Cowboys from Hell or the Vulgar video. And they really didn't want to do the third one either. But it's like, we just insisted, Darrell insisted. Said we're putting them out. Fans love it. I love it. We're going to do it, So that's all there is to it.
So it was usually more like Dime wanted to do something kind of like, all right, everybody was kind of hesitant, but he's like, no, this is like, we have to share this with the fans.
Yep, and we did. We did the first Cowboys from Hell. We dubbed off all the footage on 2 VCRs in his bedroom at his mom's house. Sitting laying on his waterbed going, that's funny. All right, let's put that on there. Yep, so that was the Cowboys from Hell video. The Vulgar video was awesome. We went and actually sat with the editor and had all the tape, all the footage together beforehand. So great experiences for sure.
And what was the most dangerous stunt? The one that you guys were like, maybe somebody had to go to the hospital, something along those lines?
We were always pretty lucky with that. I mean, to falling down the stairs in the new Dimevision on the chair is pretty hardcore. Bicycles in the bushes, just things people do when they've had a few too many black tooths. Good stuff. And we filmed them, so nothing too out of hand.
And from your experience, filming the band all over the world, what were, maybe, obviously all the fans were crazy for Pantera, but were this particular set of fans that you were like, what, we gotta get extra footage of that city, of that venue, of that town?
I would say a lot in South America for sure. They are crazy down there. They love it. There's some in the home video 3 where the little guy's chasing the bus and he finally gets there and he's out of breath and he's crying, he's screaming and yelling and loving Pantera. They're all like that down there. South America, they're crazy and they're awesome. Pantera fans in general around the world, it was always crazy, The shows, everything. The after show parties, It was always a good time.
And what are you keeping yourself busy with nowadays for those people out there who are wondering, hey, what is Bobby Tongs doing?
Well, I finished up with Slipknot at the end of 2015. And I took a little bit of time off just to clear the head and everything, and then dove right into the Dimevision 2 project, Started getting that together, and we did that for the last year, And it's out now. Get it. After that, I'm just taking a little bit more time off, and I'm just gonna start busting out this Pantera home video, hopefully.
Oh, so the 4th Pantera home video is on the works, or that's your goal, your next project?
Yeah, it's been worked on. I mean, I've got about 25 hours of raw footage for that so far, so it's getting there. I'm working on it.
Nice. And now let's talk about Dime and. Kind of like, what do you think the world is missing nowadays? Those fans that didn't get to experience Pantera and Dime, what are they missing out, especially the young generation that, are getting music in different facets? It's not the same.
No, there's nobody like him. I mean, I'll attest to that. I've worked with a lot of people, and there was nobody like him. I mean, people are just missing out on him and how he was and his charisma and how he'd walk into a room and everybody would be happy all of a sudden because he'd talk to everybody, he'd light everybody up, he would I mean, he was just that way, you know. And obviously a very talented musician, and you know, he was a lot more than that. Just a great person, and I honestly haven't met anybody like him since. So, I mean, there's a lot of things the world is missing from him, you know, for sure.
Absolutely, and for everybody listening, watching, it's called Dimevision Volume 2, Roll With It or Get Rolled Over. And yeah, I mean, it's a must. Especially if you have somebody who maybe never heard and never seen what Dime does. That'll be a great introduction right there.
Yeah, yeah, give it to your kids.
Hell yeah, Bobby. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Take care, man.
Later.
Bye.
Now, you boys that are paying them $20 tent dances, you think about this next time. That motherfucker's blown down. This ain't quite Cocteau. This is chili foot. This motherfucker's rocking. Watch it cook. Hey guys, Syson's glasses didn't make a shit, did they? Them motherfuckers went up and played. Oh,
Is it ready?
oh, it's ready. Ooh.
Not yet.
It's not warmed up.
Nope.
It's just now starting to chill. Check it out. I'm gonna ring it up. Oh, you know what? Might need a little vodka to warm it up.
There it is.
Double.
Yep.
Nothing less. Oh, might want some dessert when it's done.
Cookies, dude. Cookies, dude.
Alright, this motherfucker's going up for 3, 3, 3. There it goes. That motherfucker's going down. Get on my goddamn bus and act like you own it, motherfucker. I'll show you who owns this cocksucker. I'm gonna cook your goddamn heels.
Run down with hot foot.
Get it one time. Get it.
That bitch is run down with hot foot.
I can't even see, I got tears. In there sucking her goddamn dick. And her goddamn heels are on fire. All she cares about is that dick down her neck. Fuck that.
Hi, this is Gene Simmons from Kiss.
So where it was?
Just chilling, G.
Boy, is it?
It's literally chilling, G. Yeah, the skips are chilling.
Girls' kicks are kicking. Might have been my best night of the whole tour.
No. Cookies, dude.
Check it out.
No?
Somebody puked in this motherfucker's boots, dude.
I think it was Pukey the cop.
Those aren't yours though, right?
It is called Dimevision Volume 2, Roll With It or Get Rolled Over. Check it out. And rest in peace, Dimebag. We miss you.